Previously, we returned to Bougainville Island to install a new motor in Dick's yacht and build the blockwork and framing for the new trade store, and watch the duk-duk chase and scare the little children. We returned to Rabaul to do more exploring and walked around the rim of the Tavurva volcano. Tavurva and Vulcan are vents of the huge Rabaul harbour caldera. Fortunately, we were there 17 years before they both erupted, covering Rabaul in ash. In Rabaul we saw the spectacular firewalkers. But now it was time to continue with our cruise. Heading for Kieta on Bougainville Island. We headed off from Rabaul to the Duke of York Islands, to anchor near Myoko. Fish scoop nets stretched between two poles for sardine-size catch. Nice coral for snorkelling. The invidious crown of thorn starfish. A lurking crayfish. Duke of York to Rugen Harbour, put logging. Another timber export harbour. A slow manual process for loading. The ship also picks up from Ulamona Catholic Mission. Rugen Harbour to English Cove in Bretong Harbour. Old British Admiralty chart names. Anchored in English Cove, near the southern end of New Ireland. Filling containers with water. And washing clothes. And bodies too. An overnight sail to Nissan Atoll. Through the southern pass. To anchor at Nissan Island. Nissan was an important capture during World War II. The US needed a forward airport, and the Navy Seabees constructed it, while still under aerial attack. Made from local coral crushed and compacted. The school children hadn't seen white people before and were fascinated by Sue's blonde hair. Nissan Island to Queen Corolla Harbour on Buka Island. 4 degrees south of the equator, in summer, calms or northwest monsoon squalls. In behind Cape Dunganon. With all the motoring we had a broken exhaust manifold bolt. No wind, so I towed Dreamtime with dinghy and 2 horsepower outboard to a plantation for help to fix the manifold problem. Then down to Puroran Island, with a large village. Pat and Maxine were already there, with visitors. some creative church members here. From Pururan, down the calm waterway to Ramoon Bay in the south of Buka Island. Into Ramoon Bay. From Ramoon Bay over 2 days, we explored the area, including Sohano Island. Sohano was a Japanese control center and seaplane base in World War II. A Mitsubishi F-1M seaplane wreck. After World War II, it was the admin center for Bougainville, until the Panguna mine was established late 60s. Out through the Buka Passage and down the northeast coast of Bougainville Island. From the passage we sailed to Kieta, overnighting at Tiop Harbour, Numa Numa and Cape Mabiri. Sailing to Cape Mabiri from Numa Numa we saw a shipwreck. The chart shows a gap in the reef, also a shipwreck. But Google shows there is no gap. Hence the shipwreck, a poor navigator trying for an anchorage. In the dark of the night, through the non-existent pass? Cape Mabiri to Kieta. And into Kieta Harbour. With the help of Pat and Maxine's contacts, we visited the Massive Panguna copper and gold mine. The red car shows the scale of the mine in the following shots. Initial grinder breaks ore to a smaller size. The ore is then passed through steel ball mills to create a slurry when mixed with water. The slurry is pumped over hills to Arawa, dried, then shipped out. Kieta Yacht Club. The visiting cruising yachts joined in a social Kieta Yacht Club race around Buka Island. In 1988, a 10-year civil war happened between Bougainville separatists and the PNG government. The mine stopped working, and PNG lost about 40% of its export earnings. Today, Kieta, Arawa, and the mine are mere shadows of what was. Next, we leave Kieta and PNG and sail through the Solomon Islands to Honiara. We anti-foul dreamtime at Leopari. Visit Gizo, the western capital of the Solomons. Pass by the island that President Kennedy swam to in the war. Dropped anchor in Viru Harbour. Dived at spectacular UP Island. Drank too much duty-free alcohol on a ship at Yandina. And finally anchored at the Honiara Yacht Club.